Jessie had one rule when it came to car repairs: never let them touch anything without calling first. She'd learned that lesson the hard way. Years ago, different shop, smaller bill. This time she was prepared. She wrote it on the form. She said it out loud. She made eye contact, quote, zero, underscore. The guy at the counter nodded, smiled. She handed over the keys to her 2019 BMW 330i and went to work. That was Tuesday. By Friday, she had a $3,200 invoice and 0 missed calls on her phone. Jessie was 31, worked in logistics coordination for a mid-sized shipping company. Her job was literally about making sure things happened in the right order, with the right approvals, at the right time. She understood process. She understood documentation. Her BMW wasn't a luxury flex. She'd bought it used, saved for it, maintained it carefully. When a small amber warning light appeared on the dashboard one Monday, she didn't panic. She looked it up. Probably a sensor. Possibly something with the brakes. She asked around, found a shop about 2 miles from her apartment. 4.5 stars on Google. Decent reviews. 1 or 2 complaints about pricing, but nothing alarming. She called ahead, explained the situation, and booked a drop-off for Tuesday morning. Tuesday, 8:15 a.m. Jessie arrived before work, coffee in hand. The service manager, she'd later learn his name was Todd, walked her through the intake form. Standard stuff. Name, contact info, vehicle details, description of the issue. Under quote 1, she wrote clearly. Quote 2, she underlined it. Todd glanced at it, nodded, handed her a copy. Quote, 3, Jessie said great, confirmed her cell number twice, and left. She did not hear from them Wednesday. She figured they were busy. Gave it until Thursday. Thursday, nothing. She called, got voicemail, left a message, no callback. Friday morning she called again, ready, not ready. Jessie arrived at the shop at 12:30 p.m. on Friday. Todd was at the counter. He pulled up her file without much ceremony, printed the invoice, slid it across. Jessie picked it up. Diagnostic fee, $180. Front and rear brake pads, $420. Front and rear rotors, $680. Spark plug replacement, $390. Transmission fluid flush, $310. Labor, $1,040. Miscellaneous shop fees, $180. Total, $3. $200. Jessie read it twice. She set it down. She looked at Todd. Quote, 7, Todd clicked through something on his computer. Quote, 8. Jessie kept her voice even. Quote, 9, longer pause this time. Quote 10. Quote 11, she said, holding up her phone. Quote 12, Todd shifted. The friendly service advisor energy started draining out of him. Quote 13, Jessie pointed to the intake form on the counter, her copy, the one with her handwriting on it. Quote, 14, Todd didn't answer that directly. The repairs are done. The parts are installed. You owe us for the work. Jessie took a breath. I'll pay the diagnostic fee, $180. That's what I authorized. Todd leaned forward. The car doesn't leave until the full invoice is paid. And there it was. Jessie nodded slowly, said nothing. She took out her phone. She opened the voice memo app. She pressed record. For the record, you're telling me my vehicle will not be returned to me unless I pay for repairs I did not authorize. Is that correct? Todd stared at the phone. He didn't answer, but he didn't say no either. She left without the car. She called a rideshare home, sat at her kitchen table, and opened her laptop. She wasn't emotional about it. She was focused. First search, quote, 19, what she found was clear. Nearly every U.S. state has some version of a Motor Vehicle Repair Act or equivalent consumer protection statute. The rules are consistent. A shop must provide a written estimate, get customer authorization before beginning any repair work, and cannot charge for work that wasn't approved. If they perform unauthorized repairs, the customer is not legally obligated to pay for those repairs. Furthermore, withholding a customer's vehicle as leverage for payment of unauthorized work can constitute wrongful detention of property. In some states, it's a separate civil violation. Jessie read 3 more sources, 2 state attorney general pages, One consumer law FAQ from a legal aid organization. She wasn't guessing anymore. She had the law on her side. Jessie spent Saturday building her file. She made a timeline. Every interaction, every date, every detail she could remember. She photographed her copy of the intake form, the one with her handwritten instructions. She exported her call log showing 0 incoming calls from the shop between Tuesday and Friday. She pulled up the Google reviews for the shop and found 2 older complaints with a similar pattern. Repairs done without full approval, customers pressured to pay. Then she wrote a formal letter. Not aggressive, not emotional, precise. It stated the date of drop-off and the written authorization she had provided. It cited the specific statute governing motor vehicle repair authorization in her state. It noted that she had not received any call prior to the repairs being performed. It stated she was disputing all charges except the $180 diagnostic fee. It noted that the continued retention of her vehicle constituted wrongful detention under statute, and it gave the shop 48 hours to release the vehicle upon payment of $180. Or she would file a complaint with the State Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division and pursue the matter in small claims court. She sent it certified mail. She also emailed it, so there was a digital timestamp. Then she filed the consumer complaint online anyway, preemptively. Why wait, she thought. Monday came and went. No response. Tuesday morning, 8 days after drop-off, her phone rang. It wasn't Todd. It was a man named Richard. He introduced himself as the shop owner. His tone was different, measured, careful. Jessie listened. He didn't blame Todd directly, but he didn't defend him either. Richard made an offer. He proposed she pay for the diagnostic fee and the brake work only, the item most directly tied to the warning light she had brought the car in for. Total, $520. Everything else, spark plugs, transmission flush, labor on those items, removed. Jessie was quiet for a moment. Quote 23. Quote 24, quote Richard said. Quote 25, quote 26, quote. She got the email 20 minutes later. Jessie went to the shop that afternoon. Richard was there. Todd was not. She later found out from another customer who'd left a review that Todd no longer worked there as of that week. She paid $520, got her receipt, got her keys, walked to her BMW in the lot, sat in it for a moment before starting it. Not triumphant exactly, more like settled. She had not yelled, had not threatened anyone personally, had not posted an angry rant online in the heat of the moment. She had just known what the rules were, and she had made sure the other side knew she knew. Here's what Jessie's story actually teaches. The intake form is a contract. What you write on it matters. Always specify, no repairs without written or verbal authorization. Get the diagnostic estimate in writing before you leave and ask for a max cap. No call means no authorization. A shop cannot legally assume you approve repairs just because the car is in their possession. They cannot hold your car hostage. Withholding a vehicle over unauthorized charges is a civil violation in most U.S. states, and a formal letter beats a shouting match every time. One citation of the relevant statute changed the entire dynamic. Jessie's brakes work great now, by the way. She did need them, she'll admit that. But needing the work done and being required to pay for unauthorized work, those are two completely different things. Know the difference, know your rights. New story every week. Subscribe.